The only solution they have is, hey, go and play somewhere which isn't as good.
Yeah.
Which very few people are going to do.
It's crazy too, because if you look at the EU servers and you look at the options that players have, if you are a Horde PvP player and you want to play on like a European English speaking server, you basically have Firemaw and Gehennis. And Gehennis it still has 18,000 players, but they're not having the same problems, right? There's no queue on Gehennis. Gehennis is like a decent option. If you're an Alliance player though, and you're trying to choose a PvP English speaking server, you have Firemaw, which has an insane queue, is way overcrowded, that they're trying to get players off of. And then the next server that like is an option as an English PvP server is Earthshaker, which has around 5,000 active players, which if you've been tracking the like life cycle of, classic servers, like 5,000 players could be dead in 2 months. Like that's how fast servers have been taking dives.
Yeah, like if you scroll to the bottom of Ironforge.pro and look at the absolute graveyard of servers there, that's why you don't play on a small server. Look at all of them. I mean, there's literally like, there must be 24.
What do you think about, like, I feel like they would have better luck, because right now there's absolutely zero chance that my Alliance guild is going to transfer to Gehennis, right? Because why would I? It's all Horde, right? But what if they did something like join a queue for your guild to transfer to this server as soon as X amount of Alliance players have signed up to do this, right? Because then you're not transferring over when you are just trying to get people coming with you, right? But you're saying, like, I'd be willing to go to a 50-50 server if you have enough people sign up to make this 50-50.
I think that's a good idea. I don't know how easy it is for them to set that up and integrate it in game, or like
so
with like player accounts.
Yeah,
but like that sounds great. That's like, that might be the best like active thing I've heard, like active suggestion I've heard about how to like even approach the concept
Imbalance.
of taking a one-sided server and slowly building it back.
Yeah, because you would be agreeing to a contract, like, hey, you either hit this mark or I don't go.
Yeah,
like, and then hit the mark and then you go. Like, that would be cool. It's a really good idea. I haven't heard any, like, every idea that I've heard about these one-sided servers is either just like slam them together with another one-sided server, or to leave them alone. But that sounds like a great way to potentially like,
because I feel like a lot of people want to be on a 50-50 server, right? Especially the people on PvP servers. But even a lot of the Alliance, I think, on PvE servers are only on PvE servers because of their experience on one-sided PvP servers, right? Like, I think there is a lot of people on PvE servers that wouldn't mind. And you look at most of the ones that are close to 50-50, and 95% of them are PvE servers, right? Because there's not that, balance issue. But you've got to motivate people somehow to make the jump.
There's another problem as well. If you transfer to a PvE server, you can only then transfer to other PvE servers. They need to
that is true. They need to take that off.
They need to remove that completely.
Yeah. Like
that's a thing.
Yeah.
Once you cannot go from PvE to PvP, but you can go from PvP to PvE.
The thought back in the day was it was way easier to level on a PvE server, and they didn't want people to be able to level on a PvE server and then move to a PvP server. And I mean, back in the day, it was true. I mean,
maybe you're gonna pay for a transfer. Like, get over it. Like,
it's a very strange restriction, especially when, like, I would venture to say that if you were on a balanced TBC PvP server right now, you probably wouldn't even have that much world PvP outside of like the like objectives.
Entrances, I mean,
and entrances to dungeons.
You'd probably have quite a bit.
Dailies, though.
You'd have quite a bit at the dailies, but it would flop back and forth. Like,
it'd be fun. It'd put extra
time on, get them done.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what we kind of liked, right?
Oh yeah, I loved it, but I think we're finding out that a lot of people don't. Like, Yeah, I think we're fighting. Like, it's been
I
just
don't think
weird.
it's that a lot of people don't, though. I think it's that nobody likes to be the underrepresented class, right? And once you get to like 30%, 20% of your faction, also, let's be real, Alliance, even when we were close to 50-50, it was a lot of like trip you and run and, try to get away from these Horde who done everything better to do than kill us 27 times on the way to DM. But whatever. I think there's a mentality shift there that probably could have happened.
Oh, man.
Well, that's why you want the faction change to be put in. So you get some of those bloodthirsty Horde go to Alliance, and then it balances it all out. Mel, there you go.
Fair.
Yeah,
I'll take them.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, the sense of danger in the world has been so weird moving to Benediction, because I used to be like, oh, sweet, I'm PvP spec. I'm going to go out and do quests out in the world. I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to kill stuff slower now. But like before, it was like, oh, now I can defend myself. This is going to be awesome. And you'd have fear and you'd be like, this dude going to attack me? Are we cool? We cool?
Listen, it looks like nothing was worse than like trying to get an herb and then a Horde attacking me and me fighting off the Horde just to turn around and find another Alliance just sitting there grabbing my herb. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Just trying to remember trying to herb in Classic, and you get sheep by a mage from about 87 yards away. 4 minutes.
Right?
You could see that. It's ridiculous.
Oh, man.
You're like, come on.
They sheep you once. It's like, come on, heartbeat. It has to break eventually, and then they re-sheep you, and it literally lasts over a minute. Classic balance, man. It's something else.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
man, like, Mel, I think you should write up that idea and like post it on
like
as unreliable as the WoW forums might be for things like that. I think like that's honestly like one of the best ideas I've heard to address this.
Yeah, well, or like stick it on Reddit
right
too.
Now,
like it's a really, maybe a listener will do it and credit us, but whatever.
You can take all the credit if you want, guys.
What should happen when you join a queue is if there's a queue, you get put into some arena 1v1 on the opposite faction. If you win, you can join the game. If you lose, you go to the back of the queue again. and that's the new system.
Gladiator style.
Right to play.
Or if you're
facing some like
you are not worthy
gladiator.
or they like do it like for anybody PvP spec, they have like they put 2 warlocks in and there's 2 training dummies. Whoever does the most DPS over 60 seconds wins.
Yeah, exactly. DPS race.
Oh man.
Sorry, I can't make it to raid. I can't beat anybody on the other team. I've been trying for 3 hours.
You gotta fight.
You won't be able to go to raid because DPS is too low. It's like the game's filtering players for you.
Only the best will survive.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, that is great.
And balanced.